Tonight, people are bashing us. Port Augusta councillor Sunny Singh lashes out at social media trolls. And Whyalla City Council takes drastic action after too many flags were stolen from across the city.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. Port Augusta City Council candidates put their case to the voters at a community forum last night. The city's antisocial behaviour issues, as well as rates, were recurring themes, while one councillor had something to say about the social media trolls.
A number of candidates for the Port Augusta City Council spoke at a forum put on by the local Ratepayers Association. With ballot papers due to be posted in 2 weeks' time, it was one of the best opportunities for voters to hear pitches and ideas from a diverse range of candidates. Antisocial behaviour, the high rates, council efficiency and Port Augusta's image were dominating factors.
Overall image of Port Augusta goes very wrong. So we need a more security, like K9 unit, for example. We had K9 unit. So, and the second thing is, if we work all together, I think so, my belief, we hope Port Augusta is a very good place to live in.
A proposal by Councillor John Naisbitt is to shut the Coles underground car park at night to prevent squalid conditions and fights breaking out. Both mayoral candidates, Lindley Shine and Brett Bembo, attended, with Mayor Bembo offering a down-to-earth approach, while Councillor Shine continued with her "what you see is what you get" style.
I certainly wanted to focus about me. I wanted people to know about me and who I am and what they would go ahead and see if I was Mayor of Port Augusta, and get to know about my traits, my values, my principles, and I really am about community.
Meanwhile, Councillor Sunny Singh slammed social media posts aimed at the council.
Don't say that we haven't done anything right in past 4 years. So there was lack of support from this community, from the people of this community who never stood up. Like, people are bashing us on Facebook. People are doing wrong things on Facebook. Like, none of the community members is standing up for us and saying, no, hang on, this is the right thing they have done.
Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Golf News.
SAPOL's Operation Safe Long Weekend is now in full swing. With the October long weekend notorious for regional road fatalities, police will be out in force to stop drivers from becoming another statistic.
The message this long weekend is simple.
If you drive whilst drunk, you're a selfish prick.
Last night, South Australian Police launched a major road safety blitz targeting locals who are heading away for the long weekend. The statewide operation looking to stop the rising number of motorists dying on regional roads.
In 5 years, 6 people have lost their lives on the October long weekend, 5 of those in regional South Australia. 37 people have been seriously injured and their quality of life significantly impacted. That doesn't need to be the case.
The long weekend also signals the start of South Australia's school holidays. In a bid to protect travelling families, motorists can expect to see RBT sites strategically placed throughout our region and heavy police presence to catch reckless drivers.
That behaviour will include things like drink and drug driving, speeding, seatbelts, distraction and dangerous road users.
We don't want people to be taking decisions on our roads that are going to be making you, your loved ones or anyone else for that matter, compromising this long weekend.
The operation will run until midnight on Monday.
I'd be asking for the community to help SAPOL make sure that everybody has a safe long weekend, be responsible, make good decisions.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Feeds are scaling to new heights in Whyalla to pinch the City Council's property. Numerous Australian and state flags have been stolen from the city's Farrell Street lookout over the past few months. With the flagpoles adjacent to the Matthew Flinders Memorial continuously being raided, the council has decided to no longer fly the flags at this particular location. The council is now conducting a review of its flag infrastructure and policy. The National Health Commission is bringing its Making Connections for Your Mental Health program to Far West, New South Wales. The outreach program seeks to connect people across the nation by giving them a platform to share their experiences. Our reporter Joshua Mercer has more.
Members of the Commission will be in both Broken Hill and Tibooburra from Tuesday, October 4 for a community meeting and to speak with key stakeholders. They will be listening to people talk about their experiences with mental health and suicide prevention systems across each state and territory. Connections 2022 will help the Commission deepen its understanding of the current status of our national systems. The visit to the West will help the Commission get to know what people in the communities think of the systems currently in place, and will help to keep them on the right track when it comes to mental health in Australia. As part of its trip to the Far West, the organisation will hold a community meeting in Tibooburra, which will focus on key areas such as accessibility to mental health care and services, lived experience participation, and experiences of stigma and discrimination, just to name a few. They will then travel to Broken Hill to meet with key stakeholders. The Connections program began in 2019 and was to run bi-yearly, but due to the pandemic, it wasn't able to run last year. The first program helped inform the development of Vision 2030, which is a blueprint for a successful and connected mental health and suicide prevention system that will meet the needs of all Australians. If you can't make the community meeting at Tibooburra's Town Hall, you can still have your voice heard by completing the Connections survey on the Making Connections website. If you or someone you know needs help, contact Lifeline on 13 11 14.
Still to come tonight, disturbing reports of a mass pigeon poisoning in one Spencer Gulf city. And preparations underway for the Whyalla Air Show, featuring Australia's finest aerobatic pilots. Welcome back. A large number of pigeons have been brought into the Whyalla Veterinary Clinic following a suspected baiting attack. The mass amounts of poisoned birds being brought in by residents living around the one-stop shopping centre is prompting warnings to keep pets away from sick or dead birds. Whyalla vets warning there is now the possibility of secondary poisonings, where dogs may find and eat the pigeons. If owners suspect their dog has eaten or chewed a poisoned bird, they are advised to watch out for prolonged vomiting, shaking or profuse drooling, and to take them to the vet. 2 men have been arrested after leading police on a chase in a stolen van. Myrtle Bank residents raised the alarm at just after 1 a.m. when the suspects pulled up and started scoping out homes on Myrtle Road.
When you hear these things happening on your street, you're just keenly aware to be particularly careful.
Officers raced to the scene but lost sight of the van, displaying stolen number plates. It was dumped on Plain Street a short time later, and 2 men were taken into custody. Meantime, heavily armed police have stormed a city hotel after a wild fight broke out in the foyer in Adelaide. They received a panic call from staff at the Mantra on Hindmarsh Square just before 7 o'clock last night. By the time officers, including Star Group, arrived, the men involved couldn't be found, but 2 teenage girls were pulled from the hotel for alleged trespassing. Officers went from room to room looking for the alleged suspects, who were staying at the Mantra, but still haven't caught up with them. Aerial acrobatics will be displayed this October in Whyalla to celebrate the recent airport upgrade. For the first time, Whyalla will host an airport open day and air show, which is sure to get the adrenaline pumping.
Take your seats, fasten your seatbelts and ensure your tray table is in the upright position, because Whyalla is taking to the sky next month.
Whyalla Airport in South Australia is celebrating a major upgrade of the airport's facilities by inviting you to an open day this October.
The council-run event will deliver an action-packed lineup of aerobatics performed by the renowned Paul Bennett Air Shows, kicking off with a flyover of a World War II bomber at the city's foreshore.
We'll also have the Wolf Pitts Pro, which is one of the it's the leading aerobatic aircraft in the world, and we'll have the Edge 540, which is commonly used in the Red Bull Air Races.
display entertainment, vintage cars, old police cars, some motorbikes. We've got dancers locked in, we've got an Andrew Sisters tribute performance happening, and there's a whole kids zone there with arts and crafts and different entertainment. So it's going to be a really exciting afternoon out here.
The free event is the perfect opportunity for community members to have a first-hand look at the terminal upgrades and airside works that have been completed over the last year.
The event itself is here at the airport out on airside, which is quite exciting. We don't get to go there often, and that runs from 1 till 5 p.m.
It's great to be able to bring the community out airside and even through the terminal and get them engaged and actually see what has been constructed over the last 12 months.
While the event is free, residents are advised to book their tickets now before they all fly away.
By registering through the Eventbrite link, you can actually enter into the draw to win a flight on the Grumman Avenger.
Edward McCarroll, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. Hog Rally riders roll into Port Augusta ahead of tomorrow's Thunder Ride around the city. And Whyalla product Hannah Ewing's to take to the field in Adelaide tonight for the AFL Showdown between Port and Crows. Welcome back. Hundreds of Harley-Davidson bikes and their riders are now in Port Augusta for the annual state Hog Rally. They're in town for 3 days, which also includes a spectacular ride on Saturday morning.
Harley-Davidson fans, now it's your time to shine. Hundreds of bikes roared into Port Augusta as the Bayside chapter of the Harley Owners Group holds its first rally in the city.
We do the state rallies all around the regions, and we just thought we haven't done one in Port Augusta before. It's a stepping stone into the Flinders Ranges and everything. It's a great little town. We're looking forward to really showcasing the area. We got a lot of local community support. The Port Augusta Council's got on board and supporting us.
Friday marked registration day for the many bikers who turned up at Central Oval with their friends and families.
Absolutely over the moon to actually come down to Port Augusta. You guys have turned on the weather for us. It's going to be a massive 3 days of events, and Let's wake up Port Augusta.
Riders will be going the whole hog tomorrow with a gymkhana, public displays on the wharf and tours through the Flinders Ranges, all on the famous Harley-Davidsons.
That's our bread and butter. We love winding roads and we love flat roads, and you know, getting out on Sunday, we've got some group rides going out to the local areas. We're going out to the Carriton pub, the Melrose pub and the Craddock pubs, so we're getting out there and supporting the pubs in those areas as well.
The biggest event of the rally will be a 40-minute run through Port Augusta on Saturday morning, and the whole town will hear it. Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Multiple businesses from Spencer Golf and surrounding areas are in the running to win the 2022 South Australian Tourism Awards. 5 businesses from the Eyre Peninsula and 4 from the Flinders Ranges and the Outback have been nominated this year. With all finalists revealed, voting is now open, and South Australians are encouraged to have their say through the Tick SA website to see their region properly represented on the big stage. The Tourism Awards program is delivered annually by Tourism Industry Council of South Australia to recognise business excellence and outstanding achievement in the state's tourism industry. More than 21,000 tickets have already been sold for tonight's inaugural AFL Showdown. And for the first time, the Adelaide Oval turf is being prepared by an all-female grounds team. It's the ultimate work experience for 4 apprentices, handpicked as part of a drive to recruit more female curators.
To be supported by 4 great women and to get more women in the industry and get the word out there is just fantastic.
And no showdown would be complete without a tip from an Adelaide Zoo resident. Bunna the Goodfellows tree kangaroo is backing the Crows. Should be a great game, and good luck to Whyala's Hannah Ewing's playing for Port. Stay with us after the break. Spirit of the Outback. We check out the award-winning gin distillery in Broken Hill. And we'll have the weekend weather details from across the Spencer Gulf with Alex Sykes. Welcome back. The Broken Hill Distillery has once again been recognised on the national stage. taking out gold and silver at the Australian Gin Awards. The accolade should come as no surprise, considering the company also won gold and silver at the World Gin Awards earlier this year.
Brothers Paul and Eric Hanna have done it again, this time being recognised at a national level. It's a pretty decent effort considering the distillery only opened in February last year.
Yeah, we're very surprised. We're very humbled by it as well. We knew we had a good product. We felt we did. The customers loved it, and it was just good to see that the judges and that recognised it as well.
It's not the first time their gins have taken home gold and silver, as they were able to do so at last year's awards. This year they entered a new gin into the mix, and to say they are excited is an understatement.
Very stoked. We got it last year and it was just so awesome to get it again this year. We entered a new one in this year, which we're over the moon that got recognised and got a silver medal for that.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to travel to receive the awards in person.
Well, we had to stay back with business. You know, we had a week off not long ago, so, you know, we want to keep our locals happy. Plus, you know, it always costs money when you've got to shut down.
The distillery has collaborated with some community organisations to make some one-of-a-kind signature gins and moonshine, such as the Remembrance Gin, which was created for Legacy Broken Hill.
Especially with the Remembrance Gin, it's all about giving back to the community, and, you know, we're doing that each year for them now.
You will find the Broken Hill Distillery behind the Tidville Hotel on Thomas Street. Cheers. Joshua Mercer, 7, Spencer Golf News.
A stunning photograph of one of Whyala's giant Australian cuttlefish has taken out the top prize in the 2022 Seniors Card Through the Lens photography competition. The image, titled Cruising, was taken by Seniors Card member Ian Patterson near Point Lowly at a depth of around 3 metres. The winning photo was chosen from more than 700 entries and will feature on the cover of the 2023 Seniors Card Discount Directory, Your Lifestyle Guide. Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather with Alex Sykes. Alex, how's the long weekend looking?
Well, it depends what you're looking for, Maddie. Monday's public holiday is looking a bit wet at this stage, but we'll also get our fair share of sunshine as well. More on that in just a moment, taking a look at some of today's temperatures first. 27 degrees in Cooper Pedy, a full 10 degrees cooler in Clare, reaching 17 today. Woodner reached a maximum of 24 around 3:15 this afternoon. Looking more broadly at today's weather map now, 22 degrees in Port Augusta and Port Pirie, 19 in Whyalla and Kadina, Broken Hill top 20 today. Now taking a look at the satellite image, a low pressure trough will develop near the western border later tomorrow before moving very slowly eastwards early next week, with a low developing near the Bight later Monday or early Tuesday. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, tending easterly early in the morning, then becoming variable about 10 knots in the morning. Seas will be around 1 metre and south to southwesterly swell around 1 metre, increasing to 1.5 metres south of Port Neal to Port Victoria by early evening. Sunny in Port Lincoln on Saturday, set to reach a high of 19 degrees there. Bit warmer in Cleve, mostly sunny, top of 23. Warmer still in Woodner, heading for a top of 27. Mostly sunny in Whyalla, between 9 and 23 degrees there. 26 in Port Augusta, mostly sunny. Sunny in Kadina as well, 22 degrees. Port Pirie will be sunny tomorrow as well, set to reach a high of 25 degrees. Clare mostly sunny with a high of 20 down to 7 overnight. And it'll be a sunny morning in Broken Hill, down to 23 degrees, but there is a slight chance of a shower in the afternoon and evening. Taking a look further through the week now, partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions across the region on Sunday. Temperatures between 21 and 28 degrees. Port Augusta will be slightly warmer than Cooper Pedy, not by much, just 1 singular degree. Moving on to Monday's outlook now, the Labor Day public holiday. Well, it won't be cold, but it will be wet. Showers predicted everywhere except Broken Hill and Adelaide, 28 in Port Augusta, 27 in Port Pirie, 25 in Woodner, Whyalla and Kadina. Taking a look at Tuesday's forecast, and we can expect more of the same. Showers across the board, including Broken Hill, temperatures between 19 and 27. Just quickly, Maddie, don't forget to turn your clocks forward on Saturday night as we head into daylight saving time. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. It's back to you.
Clocks forward, got it. Thanks, Alex. And that's the local news this Friday. I'm Madeline Kerr. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. I'll have updates a little later, but until then, enjoy your evening. I'll see you Monday. Good night.